Jungkook entered home with a bag in his hand. It was night and he had plans to have dinner with his wife. The lights were off and he guessed she was still not home. He placed the bag on table and called her. It went to voicemail, so he called again, and the response was the same. He took a shower and was about to call her again, but saw a text from her. Sorry, baby, I'll be late tonight. He exhaled. She was late yesterday too, the night before that, and the night before that. Warming up the food, he ate it up alone. The home was drowned in pin drop silence except for the occasional sound of fork clicking against the plate. Jungkook has always been an understanding husband. Marrying Hawaiian, knowing she was the daughter of a mafia and a potential heir to an empire, he accepted every condition that might occur. Yet, sometimes, when he was not given enough time, it ruined his mood and his plans. He was understanding in every case, but not when he was not given the time or priority. He growled and threw his head back. Jungkook, you need to stop overthinking. She must be busy. When he couldn't comfort himself, he decided to finish his pending work as well. It was late at night when he went to bed. The door opened and he knew she was back home. She removed her heels and put her bag away. She straight walked over to her husband and laid in his arms, wrapping it around her waist. Wine, are you sleeping? She put her hand on his cheek and he opened his eyes. Wine, sorry, I'm late. I missed you. Jungkook, I am sleepy. He turned to other side and put his pillow over his head, dismissing her. Wine, are you mad? Jungkook, baby. She back hugged him and kissed his shoulder. Wine, I'll explain. Please look at me. Jungkook didn't, and so she got off the bed knowing it was her fault. She removed the gun and the blade from her clothes and got out of the room. Hell with her danger filled life. Her baby was mad, and she was on a mission to fix that. Once she entered the kitchen, she found the empty bag and realized he brought food for them. It made her feel even bad. She turned on the stove and started to cook his favorite meal, the one she knew he wouldn't resist no matter what. He loved her handmade food after all. It took her some time after a long tiring day, but she got it done, topped it beautifully, and decorated the whole table. She turned on a few candles and made the atmosphere quite peaceful. Once she went inside, Jungkook was using cell phone instead of sleeping. She grabbed his arm and dragged him out. Even when he resisted, he didn't use force to stay behind. She dragged him all the way to the table and made him sit. Wine, even if you ate already, you can't say no to this. God, he would feel like a jerk refusing this, but he didn't want to melt this quickly. She was going to repeat her mistake again. Jungkook, that won't be very healthy. Wine, it has its benefits. I made it with my own hands. Jungkook, and wine, and I poured my love into this. He exhaled. Wine, and unlike last time, I made sure you won't find my hair in the food. When he finally gave in, taking a bite, she jumped happily and kissed his cheek, taking a seat opposite to him. Her phone started to ring in the middle of the night, and before it ruined his mood, she turned off her cell phone. Ryan, I have to tell you a lot of things, and I know you'll be so happy to hear them. Unable to resist the taste and the food, which he loved always, he started to eat a lot and happily, yet he made sure she knew he was not forgiving her so easily. Jungkook, yeah, that is wine. Later, for now, let's give you a massage. She got behind him and first wrapped her arms around his neck and placed a kiss on his cheek, keeping the surprise for later. She didn't want to use the surprise as an excuse to earn his forgiveness. He had a whole right to behave like that. She knew she was putting work first for the past few weeks and it was unfair towards him. Jungkook, you're the one who is working more. You deserve that. Ryan, let me. Her fingers brushed through his hair and started to massage. It helped him relax and calmed his nerves. Ryan, my work's over. I'll give you all the time in the world now. Jungkook, you know, I have no problem with your work. Ryan, I know. And shall I gift you the GTR you wanted on your birthday? He chuckled and pulled her in his embrace. Ryan, you need to tell me all those things you're keeping up. Ryan, oh yes. Well, there are two things, and you're not ready at all. Jungkook, damn. What's with all the suspense? I'm not a patient man. He squeezed her thigh. Ryan, okay, okay. Since Jay turned 20, he finally has stepped up to take care of the empire, meaning he'll share half my burden and responsibilities, and I'll have less work to do. Jay was Ryan's brother, and yet, being the elder, the throne belonged to her. Ryan, I was busy all these days because we were holding meetings for him to learn and others to know his authority. Jungkook, that's good. I should call him to congratulate him. Wine. And the next one is about us. She held his hand and her expressions turned soft. Wine. We are having a baby. She placed his hand on her belly. Jungkook froze for a moment or two out of shock before his eyes widened up and he immediately stood up. Jungkook, is that true? Our baby. Are you? God. He ran a hand through his hair and laughed out of joy, hugging his wife tightly and spun around once. Jungkook, tell me, I'm not waking up from this dream. Wine laughed at his happiness while he placed her on top of the table and kissed her, which she returned. She was regretting not capturing the moment. Jungkook, and you are doing all this work like this? I'm not letting you do that anymore. Wine, I knew it. That's why I finished it before telling you. Jungkook, you better not do that again. He brushed her hair and gently moved her in his embrace, a kiss to her forehead and another against her belly. A hello to the little boy from his father, who was going to shower him with affection.